Okay.
Okay. You realize I'm talking about the pox, right?
Yeah, I understand that. What do you want me to do?
Well, you told me to let you know. And
Right. Okay.
I know you have history with him, whatever it is. Not in my business. So I thought you would like to know in private. Maybe I misread this.
No, it's good you said something. So,
I'm doing and did all I can. I recently, when I was in the room the other night, I came in contact with a spirit of hope.
call it whatever you want, okay.
She now guides me, and she gave me a vision. I think she was trying to tell me that dragon's blood could help him. Sometimes things fall to place in just a perfect way. Anyways, though it's not that easy. As you might expect, he is hesitant about taking his medicine.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Now, see, this poses a problem.
Yes?
Well, you know how to fix it, but do you fix it? The guy's already done one thing that he's completely and utterly against. The idea of making him do more against his will, more things which he may or may not view as, evil or blasphemous or things like... I... No, I can't do that to him again.
I will not force it on him, and I have no intention to do so. It is his decision.
Well, knowing him, and knowing you, and knowing, well, I assume Leildon's in on it, you're not going to make it easy for him to make a choice.
I suppose I make my opinion very loud and clear.
Yes.
But in this particular situation, as a healer, I can express all my own ideas, but again, I can't force him. I really, dearly wish to help him. The best we can do right now is hope.
Well, when he figures out what he wants to do, let me know.
Will do.
Okay. Maximillian, your show. Go ahead.
All right. First off, actually, I'm gonna go to Leildon
Okay.
because I said so.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Well, I knock on the door. I'm guessing I didn't sleep at his place, so Leildon, it's me.
Opening the door. Max. In my mind, totally was hearing things. And currently trying to now. Did you sleep well last night?
Well, a few more hours wouldn't have hurt, but I did
Whoa.
fine, thank you.
Few more hours. Whoa.
My armor. Will you help me armor up?
Okay.
I say as I walk into the room.
Of course.
I'm about to address the group, and I wanted to talk to you before I do. I say as I put on my breastplate.
Alright. Helping where I can.
I was broken, but I have come back, stronger in mind. But not all might feel that way.
I understand. You wish to convince them of your recovery.
Not at all. They will have to make their own choices. They might feel I'm too narrow-minded to lead, to represent this group as I have done. And I cannot fault them. I have proven to be too inflexible. I put on a gauntlet. If it comes down to it, would you take the role of our spokesperson?
I don't know if I'd be qualified to.
I have seen you. You were the one who were the most calm in our most dire of times. You have made all the right choices. The group, they respect you. They like you. You could ask for no better man.
Well, then I suppose I could definitely give it a shot.
There's thousands and thousands and thousands of lives riding on our mission, Leland. It's a great responsibility. We'll see what the others say.
Yes,
Will you help me gather them?
I will. And should the matter call for it, I will support however I can.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Remember when I asked you if I could trust you, long time ago?
Yes.
Well, I know I can trust you now.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh my god, the bromance!
Love to see the
Oh,
bromance!
Yeah, there's the bromance! Wow.
That was really, really good.
Maximillian is quite the player right now.
And then that night, there were some very interesting things.
Yeah.
We've got a lot, you know, we've got Maximillian and Jody, we've got Maximillian and Lealden, we have Lealden and Vick, we've got... Okay, so anyway, so you gather them out, they gather them up.
Can I just make a quick commentary real quickly?
Yeah.
I hope that the next Dragon Age game has this level of friendships that they do, because these really, I feel, as meaningful, like what we're role playing right here, as some of the romance stuff going on and whatnot. And that makes me super happy, because this is a good example of how those can be so deep and awesome and whatnot.
Yes, I agree. Totally
It's like-
agree.
BioWare could whatnot.
Yes. Make this a game,
Friendship
BioWare.
is awesome.
Please,
Okay,
let this be a deal. If
Yeah,
there's
so
you're gathering
Yeah.
people up at the meeting area, the meeting table.
if we can borrow it from the captain.
Yeah,
So-
the captain will allow you. She basically says that you guys can feel free to use the meeting table as you see fit, as long as it's not currently in use, which it currently is not.
Yeah.
So,
Is it? I'm gonna ask Nathan, Jody, and Liam as well, if he's okay with it to join us.
okay. How about
Well,
Plim?
actually, I'm sending Lealden to do that.
Okay.
Alright.
I was gonna say, what about Plim? What about Cogs? What about Archer?
Yeah.
What about
Let's bring
Everybody.
everyone.
everyone?
Let's bring everyone.
All right,
The
everyone.
guy in charge of steering.
Okay. Lealden, are you just gonna gather all of the main NPCs and PCs? Okay.
Yep, I'll gather everyone who's been established with a name.
All of the main NPCs and PCs are at the table, including the captain. Guardsmen, you called us here?
I did.
Very well
Excuse me
then.
if
You have
your
the
crew for a while.
Indeed, you have the floor.
What we're doing here today, this mission is bigger than any of us. It's bigger than me, bigger than all of you, than Connor, even more important than bickering over blood magic. I was broken. I felt I had nothing. Then I realized I had everything. I might not condone the actions that happened, that transpired down in the castle. But I realize now that I was too narrow-minded. We must do whatever it takes to complete our mission and stand together. I understand if some of you feel that I'm not fit to lead. And I understand. Therefore, if you wish it, I believe Leilden would be an excellent candidate to take my place, to form this group and lead it forward.
Several of the people look around to see if anyone's gonna say anything one way or another.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm mostly surprised at how you claim to be inflexible, and yet here you are, being quite flexible. I'm shocked that you would even consider giving the position up. Understandable why. However, it's like you said, bickering over, things. Who's gonna keep us in line when we start bickering? I mean, I don't know. I think Leilden's gonna stand there and watch, but you know when to smack us upside our heads. So even that guardsman attitude is needed sometimes. If you can admit a mistake, then you can admit a mistake, and doesn't mean you're a bad leader.
Thank you for those words, Leilden. Darwin.
Good. I was feeling guilty. Like I feel like I was being guilty. Like I should have been saying something. I was like,
Lim says, Maxie, why didn't you come to me? I had no idea you were being bothered by anything.
This was a matter handled internally. Thank you, Flame.
Well, alright. Not gonna say I'm not hurt, just a little. My little boy is growing up, he says. The vicious Vick gives him a pat on the back. Nathan says, while I understand why you are offering to step down, Maximillian, I personally don't think that it's necessary. But whether it is you or Leilden, I will definitely follow either one. Jody says, I agree. Cog says, Maximillian, I'll make sure you have a happy face on your next meal.
I will then turn to Max and say, I honestly do believe you would be the better leader of us.
Wow. Maximillian is visibly moved by all these words. I thank you for your trust. It is human nature to seek someone to blame in a time of tragedy. I sought out the wrong people. I know I can trust you. And let us do this together. I will not fail you.
Together.
Together.
Woohoo!
Darwin.
Okay. Liam, by the way, was not present. Just so you know, he was not present.
All right.
The captain then says. I was going to say, the captain says, "Very well then. Everyone's dismissed. Quickly. We will be arriving in Kirkwall in 2 hours or less." So, you guys will arrive unless there's something else that I need to know before I get to Kirkwall?
Owen just kind of puts a hand on Maximilian's shoulder and goes, I wouldn't go so far as to trust me. I mean, I did keep the fact that I was a mage from you for, like, ever. So, I mean, if you want to keep tabs on me, here. He just flicks one of the earrings over.
Earrings?
What is with these earrings?
Well,
Wait, actually,
Liam.
just like that and go like this. Oh.
well, it's, think of it this way. If you have something to say to me, all you gotta do is think it at me.
Well, you might regret this.
Yeah, I probably will.
Delwyn, you idiot! Delwyn, how could you do that? Delwyn!
I probably will regret it. But,
You keep on giving it to people you will regret giving it to.
but, I
Good
figure
choice.
I haven't earned your trust yet, so.
Well, before the end, I think we'll need your powers.
That's surprising. But, we'll see.
Anything for the mission, Delwyn. A lot of lives rise upon our success.
Yeah.
I nod and walk away.
Okay. You guys arrive at Kirkwall. The sun is setting. As you guys are getting off the ship, Liam has his things collected, and looks like he's about to leave the ship. Is anyone saying anything to him?
I need to. Yeah, I'll probably head over to him.
He looks very frail, very sickly.
Do we have the dragon's blood with us?
Delwyn has it.
Yep.
Dolan keeps it in his jacket.
I see these as well now. That he's sickly and
Yeah,
Not right.
and several of the crew have started to notice and seem very uneased by it, but they haven't said anything.
Do I know that Delwyn has the dragon's blood? I don't think I would because I wasn't there.
I have no idea. Did Gwenhael
Yeah,
mention?
the only 3 people in the room were Cogs, myself, and Gwenhael. So unless Gwenhael mentioned.
Unless Gwenhael said something.
Nope.
Liam, are you wounded?
He said, "I informed Delwyn back at the manor that I am leaving this mission. I do not feel fit to stay."
Does it look pale?
He does look
Or-
pale.
He looks.
In fact, you've seen this before. By now, you've seen it so many times. You know what's going on.
I grab him on his shoulder and turn him around. Don't lie to me, Liam. What's going on? I've seen this.
I didn't lie, he says. I said I wasn't fit for this mission, and I'm not fit for this mission, as you can see.
I got a question.
Go
Out of
ahead.
character.
Go ahead.
Would I know how blood transfusions work, and would I be able to give him, and would I be able to perform a blood transfusion if it's from Maximillian, figuring out that would be there? And would it be sacrilegious if it's not directly from a dragon?
You might be able to
Because
convince him.
he is a good man and whatnot, so then it would just be him giving him a blood donation.
You might be able to convince him. That would be easier to convince him.
Yes.
Alright, let's all use our persuasion tech. Oh, with our powers.
So I have Gwenhael all of a sudden has a realization. Like,
But I don't. But the thing is, if it could work or it couldn't work, because it's more potent if you get it directly from the dragon itself, not from a human who has dragon blood inside of them. Like
it's more potent, but maybe if I work some good keep on working some good medicine, it can give him a chance.
It might give him a chance.
Let's do it.
I mean, heck, he might not get any, the untapped powers from a dragon, but it might at least save his life.
Yeah, it could just save his life, or at least extend it greatly.
I just gonna squeeze his
anything.
shoulder and say, "I'm sorry. There is no cure."
I'm not, he said. I lived my
Actually-
life, he said, I lived my life for the Maker, and I will die serving the Maker.
I step forward and go, actually, there is a cure, but he has opted not to take it. Am I right?
If
What?
Such a cure, he says, can be saved for the next person who grows ill. If someone else on the crew grows ill, that cure is best served for that one, not for me.
I have been thinking, and I may have an alternative. I turn to Maximillian. You may be able to help him.
Me? How?
Yes. The cure that he speaks of, that he wishes not to do, is dragon's blood.
It is sacrilegious to drink, he says. I refuse to do that in order to extend my life. This is my punishment for not stopping what happened in the castle, and I'm going to accept it.
Theoretically, the blood of someone that has drinking dragon's blood is passed on to their ancestors. That blood is not dragon's blood, but it could be used if used in a transfusion to help cure someone. Maximillian, I believe you to have this blood.
Because one of my great-great-parents drank of this blood, I have it as well.
Very, very possibly.
Liam, don't bow down your head and succumb. Foster your hatred, your doubts into purpose. Rule your own fate. If you want to die, then die on the battlefield by my side.
That's a very good point. Roll me a persuasion. That's a very good point. Nicely framed. Add a +2 to that.
Please.
Whoa!
Yes.
Liam sort of chuckles weakly. I have to admit, he says, what you say makes perfect sense. I will refuse to drink the blood, but a transfusion, I suppose, I am not totally against.
Master
Then
of
we
the
have no
Calls.
time to waste.
As you leave, Liam, is Lealden there?
Yeah, I believe we were all like going out the shit.
Yeah, because we're going up Kirkwall or
Okay.
whatever, and I was gonna.
Yep.
He turns to Lealden and he'll give him a nod. And then he'll follow with his things.
I nod.
Okay. The captain is going to look for you guys when you start doing the transfusion. You're going to have to roll me a bunch of skill checks.
I can do these. I have a chirurgy or whatever, the medical thing, which means I can do it as a swift action. Can that translate into like a bonus if I take my time?
Sure. I'll give you a +2. I will want you to roll me a series of checks to see if you succeed in the transfusion itself. I don't think you've ever done this before. So
No. I'm not sure how often these type of things are actually done anyways. I mean, I know
Yeah.
like some medieval medicines knew of like transfusions, but they had weird supernatural beliefs for it.
yeah.
And
So,
Dylan doesn't know the
but-
fancy stuff. He just knows slash, drip, drip, drip.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we do have Blood Mage.
Yeah.
Now
But we want to keep this pure, quote.
the first thing that you do is you make sure that their blood is compatible.
Okay.
And
Am I in any danger here?
How much do you think Cogs might be able to help as a man of science?
he's a man of science. I don't know if he focused on anything medical though. More engineering. I don't know if he knows
Yeah.
anything biological. He knows nothing biologically.
Let's
So-
see here. Is there anyone else on the ship that is in the ship that would be trained in medicine that might be able to help him out?
I don't.
Besides
I was gonna ask. I don't know if it works the other way around, but if Vic knows all about like poisons and that, would that mean he'd have a sort of knowledge of biology enough to
Yes,
warrant?
he probably would.
Oh.
You remember, he's given
Wow,
a couple
that's-
of. He's made a bunch of drugs, not just poison, but drugs, which he's actually given to several people throughout the course of the story. So he probably knows a thing or two about biologically how different materials or ingredients affect the body. Okay.
So you just found yourself an anesthesiologist or whatever that word is.
Yep. Okay. Good. More help.
Ooh, Maximilian's gonna be helped by Nurse Vicious Vick.
I know, I was
His
gonna say,
dream
this
come
is
true.
The irony.
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna ask him?
So, doesn't also Archer know some stuff like that? Because he's made some medicine too and whatnot. He's got
Archer
herbalism or something.
Archer knows enough about anatomy in that he has pinpoint accuracy and he knows how to take down even some of the largest beasts with one strike. So
Yeah,
at least
but
he
he
knows
gave me
that
some
much.
I know, but he seems like he might be a herbalist or something because he does that. Because he gave me that medicine for sickness or whatever and whatnot. So
He'd at least know what artery you have to tap.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure they can help.
All right. So I'll get Archer as my well, they're both as my nurse and an assistant and whatnot and stuff. So yeah.
So I want to
There.
see this exchange. All right, go up to Vicious Vick and ask him. Vicious Vick is on his way off the ship. I mean, they just arrived and he's leaving.
Monsieur Vicious.
Oh, Scholar! Come with. We're getting some drinks at the Hanged Man.
Actually, I need to speak with you. It's now. We could use your help.
Help? Ooh. Do you want me to explode? Do you want me to set a barrage again? Somewhere?
No, not right now, at least.
So then what else?
Liam-
Then what could I possibly help you with, if not that?
Liam needs your help. He's
Who?
sick, and I need as much.
Who?
Huh?
Liam?
Is it
Who's
Templar?
that? Who's that? Oh, the Templar. Oh yeah, that guy. He's still here? I thought he was leaving.
Right. He was to leave, but he is sick, and we are trying to help him. He has contracted the pox.
Oh, the pox.
Yes, but I believe I have found a way to help him. Actually help him.
You found a
But-
cure, Scholar?
Possibly.
Why didn't
Possibly.
you say that before? Why couldn't you have found the cure before for Radford?
I'm sorry I did not. No, I'm really, really sorry.
Your timing is horrible, Scholar.
But for Radford, you would help me help Liam? Yes?
The Templar? I guess I was kind of looking forward to getting some drinks with my buddies. You see some of the crew members like trying to wave him forward. Vick, come on!
How many lives have you taken? You could call this a celebration for saving a life if you help me right now. Come on.
Oh, don't try to get me all sentimental now, Scholar.
That's my speciality. I'm sorry.
Roll a persuasion. This guy really wants to drink.
It feels kind of. I don't
Vic
know.
really wants to be Vic right now.
It's Vic time, okay? He just.
It's Victor.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just.
Get
I'm sorry,
hammered,
just let-
save a life. Get hammered, save a life. For Vic.
No, and I love that what he said was essentially, don't try to persuade me. All right, let's try to persuade him.
I got 15.
15. Ugh. All right. Fine, he says. But you owe me a drink or two, Scholar.
Best in the house.
All right. You, me, tonight, when this is all done, we're getting hammered. You and me both. All right? That's the deal. Otherwise, no deal.
Promise.
All right.
Promise, Mr.
I'm
Vicious,
holding
okay?
you to it then. I'm holding you
I
to
gotta
it.
see this. I gotta see
Okay.
I like as I'm walking off and whatnot, so that I turn around like this.
Convincing Archer is going to be a little bit easier. You have a bit more of a rapport with Archer. As soon as you explain the situation, he will look unsure, like he's not really sure if he can help, but he will do it if you ask him. So
I could use your help. You understand the body well, and you are good at mixing things up. So I need someone to help me make sure I apply appropriate pressure and to double check the areas I make incisions, etc.
He'll nod, and he will follow you. When you go into the room where you're going to do this procedure, I think you're just going to do it in the storage area of the ship. The captain is going to come in.
I want to go somewhere a bit cleaner than that, or at least clean the area.
Well, okay, where do you want to go? Actually, I mean, you're in Kirkwall, so you can go somewhere else in Kirkwall for all that matters. Maybe you can go to Kane's building. That's clean. Probably one of the cleanest places in the entire city.
Would he be alright with us literally just... Would he be alright with us be happy just like in his room though?
I actually asked Liam, where do you want to do this? I will not do it here. It is not sanitary.
Sterile, or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
The Chantry should have an infirmary.
The Chantry it is.
Okay, you guys are all going to go to the Chantry. So, is anyone else besides the people that Gwenhael has asked to come with going?
Everyone
before you leave, the captain is going to track you down, and she says, "Scholar," and she sounds a little upset.
Hello there.
Scholar.
Yes, Captain.
Why was I not informed that an occupant on the ship was ill, lethally ill?
I was only informed very recently. I had a suspicion, but was only confirmed a bit ago. He was going to leave and wished it not to be said since he was leaving. I would have informed you as soon as I could afterwards. As a person of medicine in healing, it is called patient confidentiality.
She says, "Very well, I understand. However, you also must understand that as the captain of the ship, such rules don't necessarily apply, and I would like to know about these sort of things at all times. Understood?"
Yes, Captain.
Very well. If you are able to save him, is he returning back on the ship?
That is for him to decide. I will inform you what his decision is.
Very well. Off you go. And she lets you leave.
As I'm getting ready to go, if anyone else would like to come along, you can wait for him outside or inside the Chantry, but not in the room.
Okay.
Right.
You guys go into the Chantry. They will recognize Liam, and they will take you in to the infirmary. Some of the priests there will offer to provide whatever you need. Unfortunately, healing supplies are scarce at the moment.
I have some.
So you should be able to.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is you're going to go through a series of tests of skill checks to see if the transfusion is successful. So, first of all, roll me a healing check.
Here it goes. I turned on the dice roller for extra dramaticness so I can see my dice roll. Okay, that's pretty good.
With the aid of Vicious Vick, you are able to apply the anesthesia on both patients successfully. Roll me another heal check, please.
Alright. I think that's better? Yes.
Yes. Painlessly, you're able to attach the apparatuses necessary in order to connect the two of them together for the blood transfusion to occur. roll me another healing check, please. You're doing superbly so far.
Alright, how much more of these do you think I'm going to be making?
3 more, I think.
Alright, so...
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. I know that's probably not bad, but it's probably not the best. I get a bit nervous,
Yeah.
and I pull out the mirror and call to Aveline to help give me some instructions. She's been doing this for a long time, and the Spirit of Hope probably knows some stuff too.
Okay.
Maybe they can learn some wisdom.
That's fine. So before you do that, like you said, you were nervous, and you started having the transfusion. Something goes a little bit awry. Maximillian, his vital signs are wavering. They're not horrible, but they're wavering. And that's when you pull out the shard to ask for guidance. So you have to roll for that. You have to roll for that. Go ahead.
All right, and spirit bonus. Okay. I
15.
It's practically it's not impossible, but it's really hard for me to fail that actually. So I just barely made it that time though for calling her.
Okay, so that means you get benefits to your skill checks. Is that what happens now?
I'm trying to use a creative use of it when I'm looking for her for guidance on that. It allows me to use my spirit healing abilities, so, which usually just means I can use my group heal ability. So I could use magic to keep them both in good vitality and whatnot and stuff.
Then I will say, with that, you will be able to get through the entire rest of the transfusion successfully. With that.
Yay!
The priests who are watching you work, you hear them whisper each other. He's a very skilled spirit healer, indeed. In fact, and after the procedure is over, right now, both Maximillian and Liam need to rest. Some of the priests come in and offer them some biscuits, because especially to Maximillian, because he needs to replenish. After giving away that blood, several of the priests come up to you, Gwenhael, and ask if they said they haven't seen you in the chantry before. They were wondering if you hail from a chantry in some other city.
I am from the White Spire in Orlais.
They're very impressed by that, and of course they give their condolences again for what happened on Orlais.
Well, all that will change soon, I hope, and that would not be in vain.
What are everybody else doing, by the way, while the transfusion is happening?
Dylan's pacing outside the chantry.
And what's Lealden doing?
Probably again, not wanting to actually go inside and risk, interfering or something or getting in the way. So again, just sort of resting, though more like calmly, just like in a sense, actually, what was Delwyn doing? Just pacing about the place.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I guess, taking the Delwyn posture against the wall.
Okay.
I knew it.
When the procedure is over, Vicious Vick wraps his arm around Gwenhael and says, "All right, Scholar, good job. Now that we've done that, it's off to celebrate with drinks. Liam, Maxie, we'll see you guys later." You just
right outside the line.
So
I look at the priest. Take care of them. I have an obligation to take care of now.
He drags you out. Much to your chagrin. Wah! He drags you out.
Whoa! Wait, Gwenhael, how'd it go?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they haven't come out yet. They come out, and you hear Vicious Vick go, "Success!" Meanwhile, several priests are on the chantry, turn towards him, and several of them go, "Shh!" And then Vicious Vick then walks over to walks over to Lealden and Delwyn, and he goes, "Success! Let's go drinking! To the hangman!
It was a promise. We can visit him. We can visit him later when they're fully recovered. Join us if you wish.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
You guys go over to the hanged man. Lots of revelry has already begun. The crew worker,
Just roll.
the co-worker, the crew members are excited to see Vicious Vick finally arrive. And he says, "Hold the applause. I have helped save someone's life, and I think I deserve a few rounds for that." Several of the crew members applaud. And he says, "To this evening, we are going to have a very special guest drinking toe-to-toe with me, the scholar himself. We'll see if
Bonjour.
you can run me under the table."
Just pats Gwenhael on the shoulder. Good luck.
You
He drinks really heavy.
You hear several crew members say, "Drinking contest! Drinking contest!"
I jokingly look at the mirror. I may need your healing help from this.
Alright. Let's make some constitution checks. Drinking. There actually is a drinking skill.
I know!
Yeah.
And I certainly do not have it.
And Vicious Vick certainly does. So, let's take a look.
Oh, of course.
Yes, let me look at mine. Constitution.
Alright.
Alright,
So
first
it's
drink. Let's.
Is the Constitution correct?
Yep, Constitution.
Oh boy, here we go.
Watching this with his own drink, just like, this
I
is a
did
night
not
I'll
do
never
well.
get to see again.
I did not do well. I did Trey more.
Wow, okay.
Oh.
Good.
You're feeling
well.
very tipsy from the first drink, and at this point, Vicious Vick says, "Oh, come on, Scholar, already? I was trying to give you a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt."
Ugh.
He's our legion.
That's true. They're more into wine than beer. Have another drink. He tops you off again. Roll me another one.
Good
I have seen many allegiance hold good, strong liquor before.
Are we rolling for drinking or is this
No,
just
this is just
between
between
the two
him
of
and him. They're in front, like in a table, side by side. They're actually like drinking, doing a drinking contest to see which one.
I wish there was a way to actually figure out to give myself some kind of a bonus to this.
I'm the coach at the boxing match.
Yes.
them? You gotta do it good.
You gotta do it slow.
You don't do it.
You drink too quick. You're gonna
I
get
take
drunk real fast.
I drink a good amount of water and take a sip of that medicine that Archer gave me.
I was waiting to see if you would do that.
Ooh.
Okay, Gwenhael, after you do that, add +4 to all of your drinking rolls.
Oh.
Add
Nice.
+4. I was wondering to see if you would do that.
Quite crafty.
Good idea. Okay, much better.
Yay.
All right. So, like I said, after drinking,
That's a stunt.
yeah, it's a stunt. So that means that you basically canceled out the effects of the previous one. So after drinking the medicine, you actually sober up a little bit, and then Vicious Vick says, "Oh, all right, Scholar. So you really are in the game. All right, well
I
then."
imagine I actually get that when I was like, top.
All right.
How's that for Legion, eh?
All right.
I'm just in the back eating like nuts or something.
I'm
Yeah, you're gonna take the bar peanuts.
I'm with you there. I'm pretty impressed. You've started to regain my respect. All right, let's see how you do in drink number 3.
Okay.
So I will roll. Again, you get to add +4 to it.
Yes.
Let's see what it is. Okay. Not bad. You're still good. You're still kicking. So, Maximillian says, 3 drinks
What?
down.
Maximillian says.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Vicious Vick says 3 drinks down.
I should ask. It's not good for a blood donor to have alcohol.
Yeah, probably
So-
not.
They never say it in the pamphlet, but I'm just assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
do
not.
I'm pretty sure Maximilian's back at the chantry eating wheat scones and stuff.
Yes.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
That's That's okay. If you put the hearing on, just talk to me and I'll recount the whole story.
We'll raise the stakes up. So they set down the mugs in front of you. The target number for these are higher, so good luck.
I can speak this.
Go ahead, Gwenhael. Another +4. Target number's a little higher.
All right. Ooh.
Okay, you're feeling slightly tipsy, but you're still coherent. Vicious Vick. Vicious Vick also is looking slightly tipsy. All right. He says,
I pull out my medicine bag and start putting some herbs and mix up a tea, and crack a raw egg into it, and mix it together and drink it.
"Hey, wait! You're supposed to wait for me for the next drink," he says.
I don't think you want to drink this.
All right. Well, in that case, next. They pour in some more of the beer into your mug.
All right.
Take another swig. This is drink number 5, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
5 drinks.
Are these like shots or like full on like?
That's a stunt
I
again.
think these are shots. I think these are more shots than anything else. Yeah.
By the way, that was another stunt.
Yeah.
So
So you're actually still good. Archer's medicine is actually kicking in pretty darn well. Okay. Now that we're getting, let's get really serious now, and we need some actual dwarven ale. The actual good stuff. He snaps his fingers, and they bring out these mugs. The ale smells like it's... The IPA of this is probably through the roof. It smells like it's going to be super bitter, and it smells super strong. You can sense it being super strong. The target number of this is going to be very high to stay sure.
Puts a couple of drops of the medicine into it.
Okay.
It's like 101% alcohol. We don't even.
That'll help it make a little bit sweeter.
And they'll probably lower the target number slightly. Go ahead and drink your drink number 6, I think. Oh, I rolled badly.
I rolled well.
Nice. Vicious Vick, he starts.
By the way, that's another stunt.
Nice. Vicious Vick, he's starting to he doesn't look like he's like seeing straight at the moment. He's like,
you know what comes to mind right now? You remember that scene in Lord of the Rings when Gimli and Legolas have a drinking contest?
Yeah.
And Gimli starts to sway and Legolas goes, I think I feel something. That's what comes to mind. It's like,
yes.
And I was like, I think I feel something.
That's the stuff, he says. You know what, Scholar? I wasn't sure what to think about you, but you're alright. I thought that your outfit was a little colorful and, you smelled kind of funny, but you're alright. Next drink, friend?
I'll drink to that, fine.
Alright, next drink. If you oh gosh, okay. If you're drinking them under the table, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Okay, so you didn't quite do very well with that one. So you're starting to feel really tipsy as well, moving towards the drunk phase. He's right now. Vicious Vick is fine. So this is now shot number 7.
Wow.
I don't know if somebody can survive this many shots, but you're in a...
Take a big breath, drink more
I
water.
can roll very well.
Drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I've used a few drops of lens for that. Eyeing this.
Are you doing this stealthily so nobody sees that you're putting stuff in the drink? Are you trying to stealthily
I'm
do
doing it somewhat surreptitiously.
Okay.
I know there's some type of tea leaf you can chew on that's supposed to help like help with drinking before. I learned some kind of weird remedy before.
Okay, because
Would that help?
I'm thinking somebody in the crew is gonna call you on it and say, "Hey, what are you putting in your drink? You're not cheating, are you, Scholar?"
No, I would never cheat. I'm just trying to keep hydrated.
Hmm. I rolled. What did you roll?
I'm about to roll now.
Go ahead, because I just rolled a 12.
I rolled well again.
Nice.
Whoa.
Okay, he says. It looks like if he fails another roll, it looks like he's gonna be out. So he says, "I think I got one more drink in me at least. How about you, Scholar? You think you can, you know, with the mug and the lips and the glug glug thing."
He actually says, Sir Victor, if you think you can handle it, I know I certainly can.
All right. To the Tempest Stream! And he drinks another shot.
Here's a Tempest dream.
Oh my gosh. Gwenhael!
And
Oh
that's
my-
a stunt.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and with
What
that...
does he roll? Because I got a funny scene. But does he make enough?
No, he didn't. So here's what happens.
What I do is I
Vicious
drink mine,
Vick
I go,
takes another shot. He says, "See, that was the stuff," and he collapses. You are also very drunk yourself, Gwenhael. I mean, you've got a lot.
I know, but it's like real quickly while he passes out. After that, I take what's left of his and drink it.
You take what's left of his and drink it, and then at that point you pass out. But everybody around the table cheers. Yes, Scholar!
I'll pass out. How is that for Legion? I think I'm going to speak now.
Gwenhael, you know how to cheat. Nice.
That's
Yes, Scholar!
I think I'll take a little nap. Good
Scholar,
night.
Scholar.
I'm just.
Bonne nuit.
Wow.
And Neil just like.
Well, that was a fun night.
Wow. Okay. The crew will talk about this competition for the rest of the evening because nobody beats Vicious Vick in a drinking contest. Nobody. And this Orlesian just did it. Archer, however, seems to have a very strange grin in his face. And he's chuckling a little bit, but he has a very... if anyone's paying attention, he's got an interesting grin. So,
Who was?
Archer. He's
Oh,
got
Legion
sharp
pride.
eyes. He's got sharp eyes. So...
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the rest of the night goes on. The captain will say that you guys have to leave first thing the next morning to your final destination. And I promise we're getting near the end, guys. So, you guys will gather yourself up. Maximillian and Liam, you guys wake up the next morning. Max, you feel pretty much recovered. You feel that you can at least make it back on the ship. Liam looks a little weak still, but as the priests are checking on his vital signs, Gwenhael is probably going to be too drunk to look at him. He'll probably have a hangover. I don't think.
Huge hangover.
I think you'd have a huge hangover.
Hey, I was keeping hydrated and drinking that medicine. I have some. I still have a hangover probably, but not.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you took 8 shots and like dwarven ale. That's Even with the medicine that you got from Archer, that's a lot to put in your system.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I've seen people drink a lot, but they kept really hydrated, and they were, like, perfectly fine. My character has no constitution, so I'm not doubting that I still have a hangover.
Yeah.
But I did make notes every single time. I kept on drinking water, chewing leaves and whatnot to keep them so yeah.
You'll have yes.
I'm still out of commission.
I don't think you'll be able to really go to the chantry at this moment. So the
as much as I would try to want to, I imagine myself going, I have to get to the chantry?
Yes. The priests will be checking Liam's vital signs, taking his temperature, and they says, well, his fever seems to have subsided. It's not broken, but it seems to have subsided. I definitely think that he should continue resting. We'll have to see if the blood transfusion actually took.
Very well. I'm the one there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I woke up to his side. Is he conscious?
He's conscious.
Rest well, recover, and fight.
Liam says, so I can't get back on the ship?
Well, the nurses say you're out of commission for the moment, but if you want, we might get you there anyway.
The priests say they wouldn't advise it, and he says, I'll manage. I can rest on the ship.
He's strong. I'll take care of him.
If the priests say, if you're sure, they will not stop you. You'll probably need to put his arm around your shoulder.
Yeah.
As you're walking there, he says, you didn't have to do that, by the way.
I didn't, but I did. We need all the people we can find to fight this thing.
Thank you, he says.
You're welcome.
Are you
Just do your part.
Are you a follower of the Maker?
I have read the chants, but I've never visited the chantries as much as I'd like.
I see, he says. You'll continue on to the ship. Everybody's getting on board. They're getting ready to take off. The captain will be there as you arrive, and she says, oh, so the Templar is returning, I see.
Yes, he is. Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Is he cured?
We believe so, but we can't be sure.
You
He needs
believe
rest.
so, but you can't be sure.
Captain, we know that this disease is not something you can get. It's not airborne.
And
It's magical.
that's what bothers me, she says. It's happened twice in the last week and a half on the very ship. Something is causing this to spread. What I'm trying to determine, guardsman, is what is that something that's causing this disease to occur on my ship?
Hold on. After the first attack, after the first disease, I thought it was blood magic. So I went to the chantry to research it. And now we're getting this again, just after we encountered even more blood magic.
I'm not necessarily insinuating anything, guardsman. I'm just very concerned when lightning has struck twice, because it shouldn't. If it does, something is causing it, and that something needs to be off my ship as soon as we figure out what that is.
I couldn't agree more, Captain. But we don't know what it is, not now. How about we keep our eyes open?
I suppose if we keep the Templar here, it may give us clues as to how to pinpoint the source of his sickness.
Liam, I'm still right here. On his shoulder.
I couldn't hear what Gwenhael said.
No, I'm not there. I'm just saying, I'm just like one of you guys is saying all this when he's like leaning literally right on his shoulder,
Yeah.
referring to him as the Templar.
Yes. Well, yeah. Liam doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
Can't really argue at the moment.
I don't blame him. I don't think about it. It just amuses me. Sorry.
The captain says, I can't promise that we will be able to keep you safe while you're on the ship. You understand, Templar. Liam says, I fully understand, ma'am. The captain says, very well. You're welcome on the ship. Guardsmen, keep an eye out for me, please.
Of course,
The
Captain.
situation I'm taking the situation very seriously. I do not wish to bury any more of my crew.
I understand. But know this. The places we go to, I don't know. It might be the places that are infected. I can't be sure.
I promised you that I would take you to your third destination. After we come back, once we return from Orzammar, my responsibility to all of you will then be suspended.
That's fair enough. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, guardsman. Off you go now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You guys are on the ship, and it will take approximately, I would say, almost 3 days to get all the way over to Orzammar and the Frostback Mountains.
During which time I probably would check on Liam and whatnot over time, once I've recovered enough, and later in the day or night.
You'll check Liam's vital signs. It looks like the transfusion at least succeeded. He's not rejecting anything. You're examining his blood. It looks like whatever the pox disease is fighting, but at the moment it's not clear which one's going to win. So his system is fighting it, but you're not sure if Maximilian's blood is going to be enough. If Maximilian's blood alone is going to be enough to keep him alive. But at the very least, it's definitely keeping him alive longer.
Come on, Templars have to have some form of great resilience. Fight it. I keep on giving him medicine during that time and keeping him as well as I can.
Okay. You guys travel for 3 days. On the third...
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
What about Connor?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what happened to Connor? What are you guys doing with Connor? We need to figure that out before I
left him
continue.
on the ship.
Yes.
The entire time.
Lealden, what did you do with Connor?
An orphanage?
I thought I agreed that I wasn't going to do anything since the whole thing was letting him absorb.
Because he was still resting and needing to process the
Okay, so you're keeping him on the ship.
We decided we wanted to keep him there.
For now.
Okay. All right. So Connor's still on the ship. He's actually starting to get stronger. By the third day, he's at least able to get up and walk around a little bit. You can take him outside of the ship, and he's going. I mean, his eyes will light up when he sees. Whoa! Were we flying? And yeah, I mean, he's just gonna be in awe by everything, and the crew will actually start to take a liking to him. The captain will confront Gwenhael and Lealden and say, "You do understand that this ship is not the safest place for children, especially for all the places that we're going and what has happened recently to your Templar friend."
Yes.
Well, yes, but considering where we had pulled him from, I do not think it is much worse, but we intend to figure out the best place for him as soon as we can. A lot has happened to the child.
I understand. And that's all she will say about the matter. Like I said, you guys travel for 3 days. And on the third day, the third evening, on your way to Orzammar, it's very foggy. It was very overcast earlier that day. It's foggy. You guys end up going to bed sometime later that night. Everyone roll a perception hearing.
Yay.
Hooray!
Meh.
Oops.
Not bad.
Okay.
And bam.
I did not make it.
Okay.
Hey, we rolled the same thing.
Lealden and Delwyn. In the middle of the night, well, first of all of you in the middle of the night hear a loud noise. You hear a loud noise, and you are startled. It wakes you up, and the entire ship starts shaking. It almost sounds like the sound of sound of an explosion of some sort.
Being attacked?
The captain wakes up next to you, Delwyn. You hear faintly Vicious Vick yelling out something, but you can't make out what it is. The captain seems to hear it. She immediately comes out of bed. She grabs her hat, she grabs her rapier, and she just goes out of the room. She just charges out of the room.
Yeah. A little bit more groggily, but follows suit.
I would have heard this as well.
Yes, Leoden, you would have heard this as well.
I'd most likely would probably also gear up as fast as I could. Just
Alright.
bare essentials and things and head out.
Just because I rolled poorly, I'm not going to let myself be graceful about this for the hearing and whatnot.
You're-
I'm like, I hear that noise, I scramble out of my bed and reach for my staff and fall flat, face flat, and then grab my staff.
You are
Okay.
Leoden and Maximillian and Delwyn. Where was Leoden sleeping? I'm just curious.
I was sleeping in the room that Max and I had since Connor was.
Okay.
Oh crap!
And then-
Oh crap! No way Connor could be on the couch now with freaking Delwyn and the captain in the bed.
We're not doing anything. He could be on the
Okay.
couch.
Where was Maximillian sleeping? Is he still
I
bunking
felt
with
like two
Plim?
separate rooms, anyways.
Is Maximillian still bunking with Plim?
No.
Where is he bunking?
Hopefully not.
Where is he sleeping?
Well, with Jody.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yep.
You wake up. As you start to come out, you hear Vicious Vick yelling, "Archdemon! Archdemon!" And the captain starts yelling out loud, "Folks, this is a code black. This is a code black, men. Everyone to your post. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill." End of the session.
Oh,
No!
but
Yes.
Mark,
Finally.
question.
Yeah. So we will.
Oh, the cliffhanger.
So we will start the next session fighting the Archdemon on the Tempest Stream up in thousands of feet in the air. Hooray!
Oh boy!
Yay!
Leoden, if you don't jump onto its back, I'm gonna be so disappointed. You know what to do.
I know what to do now.
This is.
Okay.